be a lot of updates for you to do once you install Linux on your system or Virtual Box or however you're doing it. And this is going to take some time, so just bear with me. Again, to X out of full screen, all you do is Command F. And you'll see it is now out of, press this, and it is now out of oops. Okay. Also, computer when you're installing. So I'll go back in full. We'll go back into full screen. Go ahead and do this. If you're wondering, this is kind of important. If you're trying to get like the effect, such as the cube, something to note. Because this is installed virtually over your computer, it really doesn't have access to your graphics card and stuff like that. So you can't enable advanced desktop effect. Standard Linux system. So the cube, wobbly windows, anything like that, you can't use that. I'm sorry to say, I was disappointed too. But I will say that if you install it on an actual computer, it is worth it. And if you're wondering how to actually install Linux on your computer, you can use a program, or you can dual boot your Mac using Boot Camp, I believe, or you can get whatever programs out there for Mac to use Parallel, stuff like that. So to boot into Linux. Same thing for Windows. I also use on my laptop called GOS, and you can go to thinkgos.com, and I believe it stands for Good OS. I've seen many differences of names, but I say Good OS, so, and that works pretty well. I will say the Google applications are very handy for that. Another thing for Linux that's important to mention, I have not been able to get any of the dock programs working for Linux on a virtual machine. If you can get it to work, then great. You let me know how you did it. That's something I just haven't been able to do. But if you can do it, great. And we'll just wait for it to install. And you'll see it's at 46%. 55%. And we're at 64%. This does take some time to install. There's another thing to mention about Linux. The commands, such as copying and pasting, are more closely related to that of Windows, so you will be using a control key if you're on Mac. The interface is also very different, as opposed to the dock. Well, it's similar to Mac in that there's two window panels. That we're gonna have all of your, like to shut down the clock and everything like that. But there's also another window pane at the bottom, which you can get rid of if you don't like it. But it's more like Windows, where it has the windows that of the applications that you're currently in, and also you can flip flop those to where you can put the windows at the top and the shut off and stuff like that at the bottom. And you can also choose from different applications to put on the dock. Google Gadgets is available for Linux. There also are several dock applications you can use. There's also a program called Conky, which is very helpful if you're into programming or to anything like that. It monitors your computer. And we're at 71%. At 73%.